so that kind of ticked me off a little bit. But I'm going to put it together kind of today and see if it works, because I have a feeling that the board wasn't bad. I know the processor definitely was, so I have the new 4770K sitting in there in that box. So I'm going to try that. But otherwise, let's hope, and we're going to see in real time. Alright, so basically what I've done here is I've just set up the, I put in the 4770K. I set up only one fan on the Cooler Meister, the Hyper 212 Evo. I put in my new HyperX RAM, which I think you guys may have seen, or I posted about on Facebook, that I got. But I have not turned on the power supply yet, so I don't know. I mean, it should light up, actually. But basically, either one of two things is going to happen right now. The first one would be the best one. It would just turn on, and it would boot into the BIOS. And then I would be all set to go and put it back into my 750D. Or the second thing would be, is that if I did actually fire the motherboard, the VRMs on the motherboard would be to figure out what the hell I was going to do with that. But basically, I don't know, I have my HDMI cord hooked in, but I don't know what my settings were last, so instead of jumping the power pins here, I'm just going to clear the CMOS, and that will boot it. It'll clear it, and it will clear the BIOS, and it should boot with the iGPU, which are the integrated graphics on the 4770K. So let's go ahead and turn on the power supply. And we do have a power button. You can see it is glowing. There it is. So let's go ahead and take this, jump it, leave it there for a few seconds, and when I unplug it, it should boot. Okay, let's just hit the power button. That worked too, and it is going through boot codes. Holy shit. It did not successfully go through boot codes. Oh, wait, there it goes. New hardware, usually happens. Okay, look at that. We have Kingston 8GB RAM in both slots. i7 4770. We have temperature of 24 degrees on the processor, so it's all looking good. And we have a voltage of 1.04 volts, which is about right. Nothing too shady there. So this all looks good. Even the date's right. Look at that. Got this up quick. As you can tell, she is alive. So TechTipsTv will be back soon. Or, well, this video will be up hopefully tomorrow. This one won't take too long to edit, since there's really just not much. It's just gonna be quick edits. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super excited to be back, and I'm happy that my system is alive once again, and actually with an upgrade as well, because I had that new HyperX RAM from Kingston, and now I have 16 gigs there in 2 sticks, so I'll be able to upgrade to 32 at some point, probably over the summer. And we'll see what I know about my experience with Asus, which was absolutely horrible. Shoot me a comment down below, and I'll be sure to answer. Thanks, and I'll see you next time, guys. While I go through this, here's my spare one. This is what I had in here before my Seasonic X series. It's an X650. But so I